Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, aka man of the people, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Good Sunday morning to you from the Charlotte studios as we're going to go through this pregame show, getting you ready for this Tennessee Titans matchup. We have Patrick Snyder, our photographer, in Tennessee. So, game pictures and updates like that, that'll be great. You're going to be seeing those from Charlotte Vibe. So, make sure that during the game, you stay tuned to our Twitter as well as our Instagram because we'll be sharing those pictures from the game that everybody loves to see. I love to see. Patrick does a wonderful job capturing pictures for us. And, this show is live for a reason. We want to interact with you all. So make sure that you check out the link in the description that will allow you to join me, ask any questions. And let me just get this out the way. It's just me today. Andre Cassidy does not like me anymore. He just said, like, the heck with this. But, of course, I'm kidding. Andre is enjoying the holiday, so he is off today, but he will be back tomorrow for our day after show, which we will also have a special guest join us. Dave, one half of Panther Nation podcast, will be joining us tomorrow for our day after show. All right, one more last thing. The Bryce Young jersey. You have about 5 hours to register to win that Bryce Young jersey. I don't have it on me today, but it's a blue Bryce Young jersey, official Nike jersey, size large, men's large. The blue, keep pounding on the collar and all that good stuff. Nike logos, the shield on it. If you want to register to win that jersey, check out the link in the description. We're just doing stuff to make sure that we have fun together because it is a tough season covering this Carolina Panthers team. We're 1-9, taking on the Tennessee Titans today. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs. I don't have my earpiece in, so I'm not sure I can give all the sound effects. But Tyrone Green, I think we can. Members sign on to the channel. First one here. Good morning, everybody. Yes, you are. Oh, okay. I think we will win our second game today, 17-13. So we'll touch on that. I know I saw. I want to say it was Maurice Jones-Drew of the NFL Network predict that Bryce is going to have his breakout game today against the Titans. I think maybe even he said get over 300 yards for the first time in his career. But he's predicting a Carolina Panthers victory today. I'm not ready to go there yet. I certainly would love to be talking to you post-game about a Carolina Panthers victory, but we're just going to see. But we're going to break down the game for you. Yes. Hey, I read all the comments as long as it's not terrible. Terrible as in offensive. We don't want the jersey. We just want a win. Nothing wrong with that. But I bet you if they win, then you're going to say, man, I want that jersey that Chris was giving away over there at Charlotte Vibe. Not perfect, just dope. What's up? Good morning to you. Do me a favor. Help me out. We're independent media. Hit that like button. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So we're just going to start doing a little recap of the week as well as get you ready for this game, talk about some things that are happening right now. Well, the Carolina Panthers are 1-9. I know during last week we were talking about Frank losing the locker room. Not if he was or not, but just getting some information out there about how's that locker room, Chris? What's going on? We want to know. You're the man of the people. So I got some clips that I'm going to play for you on that. But also, I started off the week by asking Frank, well, a team that's 1-9 versus a team that's 0-0, you got a lot of frustrations out there. How do you coach differently when the team is now 1-9 to make sure that you're getting that success? And I'm going to play that for you right now.
As hard as it is, and you have to deal with reality, so you can't act like this isn't happening. But you can also yet still display belief and trust in your players that you can lead us through this time. There is something at the other end. We have to just keep fighting for it. There's plenty of football left this year. Let's take it 1 week at a time. I think these guys have the right mindset. Nobody likes where we're at. We all, we're honest about where we're at.
All right, so there you have. Ooh, I don't like having both of those in. That sounds pretty strange. There you have Frank Reich on coaching a team that's 1-9, the approach to it. All right, so I want to leave a lot of time for questions from you all and interaction, which is what Charlotte Vibe is all about. Got a really positive comment the other day about me and Andre doing a great job, bringing you guys unique content. Yeah, we're going to continue to do it. So a lot of times the things that make this channel better is feedback from you all. Like, what do you want to hear? What do you want to know? Who do you want me to talk to? So please, I encourage you to do that. I say man of the people because the biggest part of that is saying, you got a question, you got a friend in the media, and me to be able to go and try to get those questions answered for you. So let's continue to go through this. So that was Frank's part of coaching. Now let's hear from the players, okay? How do the players feel that Frank and this coaching staff are doing that? I mean, guys are frustrated. I don't know if I still have that picture from Brian Burns last week, but let's go ahead and play the clip on players. And I put a clip out there on Twitter of just Miles Sanders. So some people are critical saying, well, of course, Miles Sanders getting paid ain't doing anything. But I got Dante Jackson, Adam Thielen, and Miles Sanders on this view right here. So let me go ahead and get this clip ready for you. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me get this playing for you. It does not want to play. We're going to have some technical difficulties today. Come on, clip, play. All right. So for some reason, we're trying to have some technical difficulties here. Give me a second. Get this clip playing properly for you all. We will try this one more time. Come on, man. Why would this clip not play? Let's see. None of my clips want to play. Don't do this to me. You guys see what's going on. I'm trying to be great, and this software does not want to play my videos. So give me just a second. I have no idea why this is happening to me. So we'll just start over with some things right here. Meanwhile, let me do this. Man, I'm having all kinds of issues over here. In the middle of being great and getting a super chat, I'm having all these technical difficulties over here. You guys are gonna have to see me think quick on my feet. And I apologize because I'm getting a lot of love right now in the chat as I try to get these files going. La da da. Yeah, I was about to start singing, but I am not a good singer. I wouldn't say sing, but I was trying to help fill the dead air on what's going on here. Let's see. I apologize, but I want to get this going. Don't want to talk too much going through the show. All right, that's looking like that's working. So let me try this one more time.
Super chat.
All right, I think we're starting to work. If you don't mind, because you guys are my support staff out there, let me know that you're able to hear that audio that just played. It should have been the super chat audio. And hopefully this is going to work right now. I'm going to go ahead and play the team on Frank Reich clip. Given the challenging start to the season at 1-9, how do you feel about the overall dynamics of the team and the support from the coaching staff right now?
I mean, it's high level. You know, they continue to push us. They continue to focus on the details, and we continue to work hard. And continue to just to play for what we want, and that's wins in the win column. So as long as we have games left, we know that those guys are going to push us in the right direction.
I believe that we have everybody that we need. I don't think anybody else from out of this locker room will make any difference. The thing I love about the coaching staff is that they're very open, and they're not just it's this way or the highway. You know, they communicate with us. They try to figure out what's the problems and what can be better and what's. It's a.
He said they got everybody that they need. Audio's good? All right. Appreciate that, D-Money. Again, I just want to make sure that the audio's still good. I'm going to go back to those super chats because I really, really appreciate it. But going to continue to play the rest of this clip on the players talking about Frank Reich and, you know, whether or not he's lost the locker room.
Team was a real team thing here, and we're just all really trying to figure it out, you know. So, and that's all I can really say.
Yeah, you know, just impressed with this locker room. You know, it's like you said, 1-9 is tough. I've never been 1-9 in my career. You know, it's not easy. But the fight and the passion and the drive and the effort that's being put in has been unmatched. So, you know, I'm very thankful for that.
Obviously, you're going to play to win each and every Sunday, but how do you make sure that you get the motivation? So I'll go ahead and stop it right there. But there you can see players saying, yeah, it's tough, but they feel like this coaching staff is, you know, doing a good job to try to get those guys in position to succeed. And you also have Miles Sanders saying, like, we don't need anybody else. These guys in this room are good. We just need to execute. So whether you want to say, well, that's of course what they're going to say, here's what the bottom line of getting out of that, right? Losing the locker room means that you have no doubt in no hope, no faith, no trust in these coaches, and you so fed up that you're going to break the code of masking the fact that you don't like how things are going or masking the fact that you might think that you should do some other things, and then you're going to let the media know. I'm not saying that these guys are perfectly on board and they're not unhappy about anything that may be going on, but it's just, again, losing the locker room once you get to that point where, like, you know what, I don't even care. I don't even care if Coach's going to know that I don't like what's going on. I'm going to let it be known to me. None of these guys did that yet. So that's still a very positive sign for, you know, having some more victories before the season's over. Somebody asked me the other day, are we going to win any more games? I said, yeah, it's certainly on the table. It's not like far stretch. Like, no, I don't see anything happening. But, again, having a locker room is step one to getting that done. So let me now go ahead and get to these super chats and continue to hit. It costs you nothing. It helps other Panther fans find out about me. And if you've seen all this content that I'm having in the locker room and with players, I can do so much more when I continue to have more subscribers, more eyes watching this. People love to talk and know that people are going to be hearing them. So let me go ahead and get to this.
Super Chat.
You know, not one super chat, but two. And I tremendously appreciate these super chats because when this team is 1-9, man, and you actually feel kind enough to take some of your hard-earned money and help support this independent media, I appreciate it tremendously because I know it's not an easy thing to do. D-Money, I appreciate CV. I will eventually figure out how to become a member. Well, becoming a member is pretty easy. And our membership, guys and girls that are watching, it's really just hoping that I get a bunch of people that can contribute a few dollars. Sometimes we get, you know, almost 10,000 subscribers. It could help. But anyway, it's a link, D-Money, in the description if you want to join. Shoot me a message as well. I'll help you do that. But I appreciate it. The money goes a long way. We're just trying to break even this year and covering this team so we can be here for the good times. Got another one. Super chat from Mark Burks. It's been a rough year, but y'all keeping us informed and really understanding what's going on with the team. Big ups to y'all. Whole team. Appreciate it. So again, it's me, Patrick Snyder, who is in Tennessee right now, Andre Cassidy, who's enjoying the day off, but we're going to continue to keep you up to date. All right, let me continue to run through what I got for you guys this morning and also continue to get into those questions that have been coming in. Tyrone Green says, just click on join next to the subscribe button, D-Money. He's trying to help you out. I vividly remember the players emphatically supporting Rule right before he got fired. Well, again, it's not to say like it's the key to success, but it's just to try to give you all. A lot of people were asking like, what's the mood of the locker room? Has he lost the locker room? And you do want your team fighting for the coach until he's no longer there, because at least you want to feel like whatever the best is that they could do with whatever ineptitude that they may have at coaching, that they're giving it their all, right? So, but, just reporting for you to absorb the information and do with it as you wish, Nervish. All right, let's move on to this Tennessee Titans team that we're playing today. Do we have a chance to win? Do we not have a chance to win? Nevertheless, Coach Frank Reich talked about what exactly this Titan team does well.
Tennessee, they provide, they're a well-coached team. Coach Vrabel well. They're going to be well-coached. They play physical on defense. Offensively, they want to pound it in the run game. Got a good play-action game, and they're always good on special teams.
So that was a pretty quick clip from Frank on the Titans, just saying that they're a good team. They're 3-7. Carolina Panthers are 1-9. So we are on all measures at the bottom of the league, but I do feel like we could win on any given Sunday. I also asked Dante Jackson about the Titans, and he had a few more comments as well. I'm going to play for you.
Elite run game. Some receivers who can go up and make some great plays. Obviously, they have D-Hop, who's been playing at a high level for a long time. So just got to make sure we come out there, detail up, and execute what we need to execute, and play fast, finish on the ball, and get 11 men to the ball, and we should get the results we want.
So some props out there for the Titans, offense and the run game. Obviously, the defense has not been the number one problem. The defense has been pretty respectable this season, giving this team a chance to win. It's the offense that has been on the struggle bus and just can't get off. And when I talk about Bryce, I'm not saying like it's all on his shoulders. I'm just letting you know some facts. He's had these past 3 games some really, I think his 3 worst quarterback ratings of the season have been these past 3 games. So one thing to have hope for and promise today is, how long can it last before Bryce not just wants to, I'm sure he already wants to, but just before he has just the luck of the draw to say, today's going to be a great game. Today I just got locked in and I was in the zone and I was able to do whatever I did to help this team win. But he's going to have some challenges, After having 3 games of his worst quarterback rating, he loses one of the guys he just got back in Austin Corbett. And Frank Reich, he, all season long when he does things where he tries to not let you know what's going to happen to give himself a competitive advantage has not worked. I've laughed at it all season, from the moments during the preseason when he said, I'm going to keep it vanilla on purpose because I want to give the surprise. Now, I've been giving you feedback from the players for Coach Frank Reich. I've been letting Frank talk about how he's coaching right now. I'm just giving you information. Now, if you want to ask my personal opinion about how well Frank is doing, I'm going to say he's not doing too well. I don't like a lot of things that he's doing right now, and he definitely has something to show me in order to keep his job, because I want to, even if you weren't winning, I just want to see some more things being done to help you win, to give yourself a chance to win that I'm not seeing from Frank. But let me go ahead and stay on topic here. I actually just forget what I was about to say. I was talking about Austin Corbett being out. So it's tough. But with the toughness, we do have one shining light. And you guys have been giving my man a hard time. It's not fair for me to say. I said this, the national media has been giving this guy a hard time. That guy would be Adam Thielen. I'm thankful for Adam Thielen, because if we did not have Adam Thielen, you know how much worse this could be? A lot of criticism like, hey, he's not a true number 1, blah, blah, blah. He's not, but I'm glad that we have him. I hope that we have him again next year as we continue to build this team and have other pieces in place. And maybe you do have a guy that can surpass Adam as a number 1 and push him down to number 2. But right now, the guy's on track to have more than 1,000 yards for the season, which we need. All right, but here's Adam Thielen on his connection that he's been having with Bryce.
there's so many factors that lead into success, right? A lot of it is uncontrollable, right? You got to have a quarterback that trusts you. You have to have a staff that trusts you and gives you opportunities. And then, the game has to kind of play out sometimes in your favor. So there's so many things that go into that. So I'm just trying to keep getting better and see what happens.
Talk about how you play when you're between the white lines, because I've seen you a few times look pretty fiery out there. And then here, of course, you seem nice and calm. But explain your on-the-field demeanor.
Yeah, I just think that when you step in between those lines, you gotta be different. Like you can't just show up and, oh, here we go, let's see what happens. You gotta have a different mindset as soon as you step on that field, and it's something that you have to learn how to find a way to get in there in that zone. There's kind of this threshold of too much and too little, and trying to find that zone is something that I've tried to master over the years. Obviously haven't mastered it, but you try to find a way to get yourself going and fired up, but kind of play in that right zone.
All right. There's your man Thielen talking about his connection with Bryce as we get ready to go up against his Tennessee Titans team in Tennessee. All right, let me get to. I had another super chat come through that I got to. Whoa. You guys, let me tell you, you guys are showing some Thanksgiving to Charlotte Vibe today. I really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get this queued up right here for Levangels 55, $10 super chat. Again, Levangels 55.
Super chat.
I'm going to keep it moving, but I need you all. I'm grateful every time there's a super chat because I keep saying it because it's true, independent media. So I need to give those special recognitions as I do it because that's how we operate around here. We don't have that big check coming from Morris Jenkins or Honeywell or anybody like that. But anyway, let's keep it moving so I can get some interaction going with y'all. Thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. Good morning from Not Perfect, Just Dope. What's going on? I don't know how to say your name. Nucio? That's my guess. Let's see. A few more things that I want to get to. There's one more thing I want to get to before I go heavy into the question and answer section. Give me just a second. It's still getting used to doing this show without my right-hand guy, Andre Cassidy, who helps me keep myself organized as I'm going through this show. How was everybody's Thanksgiving, by the way? Was it good? Did you have fun? Did you eat too much? I think I'm about all caught up. Yeah, I'm about all caught up here. So we're going to work through these comments. And shortly we will have the inactives coming out. And also shortly we're going to have some photos from my photographer who has not sent me anything yet. And by the way, if you see me looking around a lot, 3 screens here, main screen here with the broadcast, 2 other monitors right here. So working for y'all. Since that contract, Burns has given up on defense. He has been a non-factor for a while now. I 100% disagree. 100% disagree. He has not been like, here's what's fair to say about Brian Burns. He's not so superstar status that each and every game, no matter what's going on, that he can overcome double teams and stunts that are towards him and just put up gaudy numbers every single week. You also got to think about he doesn't have a really good complement of players all around him that would allow him to, that may make that easy for him. But again, if you're a superstar, you can overcome some of those things. That's what makes you a superstar, not just a star. But Brian Burns, he's been effective. He's been effective. I don't think that he's shown any kind of I'm in a contract year, so they didn't give me the money. He still talks about wanting to be here with the team. I think I had that audio last week. I don't have it on me right now. And let me show you one other thing or share with you one other thing so far. Brian Burns. But I appreciate the comment, Tyrone, even if I disagree with you. I appreciate the comment. My computer's moving too slow for me to go through some other things, but appreciate the comment. D-Ray says 2-8. I get what you're saying here. We're currently 1-9, but it sounds like you are predicting a victory for today. And again, I'm all for it. I will, even though I'm not there in Tennessee, post game we still will have my photographer Patrick Snyder. He's going to go live with us post game from the field to give us his perspective on the game. And it's really, we watched the game from the press box. Gives a chance to really focus on some things, but it's also unique in that Patrick's on the field every single game. And being on the field, he's able to see more emotions, able to hear more things. And so I always like when I can talk to him live after the game, which we will do today, and get his perspective on what's been going on. But Ryan Burns this year, he has 5 sacks. Not the best ever, but that's still on pace for double digits. That's solid. That's not checking it in. Anyway, let's continue to move on through these comments. Not even going to be running my mouth this week. I really just hope we can see a team that's hungry and that's showing signs of getting better. Bless y'all today. Yeah, seeing some progress would be nice, and we'll just see. But I appreciate your comment, and I agree with you. I forgot to give you guys one bit of information, so let me get that for you. Sorry if I'm drinking really, really loud. So, to give us some chance to win today, give us some chance. That is not good English. To give us a chance to win today, we had a few elevations. Defensive end Chris Wormley was activated, or elevated, I should say, from the practice squad to the 53-man roster for the week of today, or for the game for today. And then cornerback Lamar Jackson. Man, there's some interesting names in the pros these days. I think there's a guy, Michael Jackson, I heard about the other day. But nevertheless, defensive end Chris Wormley and cornerback Lamar Jackson were elevated today. And then let me see if these inactives have come out. We're going to continue to rock through some questions that you all have. Let's see. Okay, a little bit of breaking news. I don't have a breaking news alert. I need to get that. That pause is not good. But the Panthers are adding quarterback Andy Dalton to the injury report with an illness. But he will be active for today's game versus Tennessee. They're already without J.C. Horn. My voice is cracked. I don't know why. J.C. Horn and C.J. Henderson, who did not travel. But again, not too big of a breaking news in the sense of like he's still going to play. But Andy Dalton, pretty sick, but he will be active for today's game. So I'm just waiting for that inactive list to come out. Let's continue to run through some of these questions that we got here today. Not perfect, just dope. I love the fact that the team has not given up on coaching staff and still believe in each other. Yeah, you want those things, man. In the midst of a 1-9 season, you just don't want it to be, some people say, hey, this is the worst this team has looked. This offense is bad, but you haven't seen quit. You're just seeing what I feel like is not the best coaching. And sometimes when you don't have the best players, you're not going to see the best execution. But kind of seeing guys like things like that, you're not seeing. So I'm with you. Not perfect, just dope. Leonard Kowalski. Good morning, Chris and Panthers Nation. Today we find out if we're done digging the hole in the dirt floor of the franchise or if we dig even deeper. So you're right. It's 1 in 10 time is not a good thing. Sorry, just looking at seeing it when this inactive list has not come out yet. Here's something that I'm going to share with y'all. That's just like how tough this season is. That's why the jersey giveaway is there. Just trying to help everybody get through the season. I love these Panther fans. It's not just a bandwagon fan. So sometimes you just got to do some creative things, but you also got to keep it real. This Carolina Panthers team has played 10 games so far this season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 games. What's not a good thing, and this is, I'm putting this comment out there due to the one that came out there about digging ourselves in a hole and Tepper, and I talked earlier about my opinion of Frank Reich just not doing a good job of coaching this team right now. When you've played 10 games and 5 of those games have resulted in a player from the opposing team becoming a player of the week, that's pretty bad. So I'll say that for you one more time. When you've played 10 games and half of those times, so that's 5 out of 10 times, the opposing team has had a player of the week after playing you. And it's been on both sides of the ball. It's been on the offensive side. It's been on the defensive side. I forget which one it's been on more, but I think it's pretty close. That's bad. And yeah, we need a chance to improve that. I think we had Frankie Louvu as our only player of the week for the Carolina Panthers so far this season. So as we continue to wait for this list to come out, let me go ahead and continue to work through some of these comments. It's a results-based business. They need to win to prove themselves. Absolutely. So, with that comment, I'll just touch on, is Frank Reich's seat hot? Yeah, it's hot, and I didn't think it would be this hot when I talked about this earlier in the season. But when you win one game and it's almost December, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So, yeah, it's hard for me to right now see hope within what we're currently having. He's definitely going to have to show me something for me to change my tune. If he does show me something, I will change my tune. But the 10 games that we have up until this point, I feel that it's an absolute uphill battle for Frank Reich to keep his job here in Carolina. Hey, Chris, just have to say, what else do you expect them to say in the offseason? We will see who believes in the front office. It's going to cost much more to bring in talent to come to this incompetency. Okay. Appreciate you, Stallion. I don't understand why Frank Reich can't coach up to get more than 10 points a game. Yeah, we could talk about this all day, about some of the things that Frank Reich has done that may have us shaking our heads, scratching our heads, rolling our heads. But for me, 2 things that come to mind is the whole play calling is mine. Now play calling is Thomas Brown, because I believe in him. He's a smart, young, up-and-coming guy, dynamic guy, part of the plan. And now Frank Reich takes it back. So that's one thing that I have a big issue with. Last week, we also had the run game working, but we didn't just try to, run it home literally and continue to do that. We still wanted to pass the ball, and why, Frank? Why? So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't understand, which is why I feel like he is not in a position to stay here in Carolina too long, unfortunately. How do you think the O-line will be? I think the O-line will be terrible. It's easy for them to continue to be terrible in the sense that there are a lot of deficiencies that this offensive line has. And you can put pressure on this offensive line with just rushing forward. You don't have to blitz them to do that. You can pick on a guy like Zavala and have success, or you can rush. I mean, you know that you can rush this team and have bad things happen. So how do you get around that? There's some things that you can do to be really creative for it. You can have more tight ends, also known as 12 personnel, coming in there and helping with protection. You can do different things with motion, but is Frank Reich going to do that? I don't know. There's some things that we can do. I don't think he's going to do it. which means the old line will continue to struggle. Adam, the only guy on offense that's doing this job, yeah. And it's funny to me that he got that sportsmanship award because to me, I'm glad. Hey, good for him. I don't want them to take it away. And he didn't get the award. I'm sorry. He got the nomination before the team. But Adam, he gets a little fiery out there playing, talking to refs, pleading his case, gets animated out there. We should have this list out here by now, all right? And we do. Give me a second. I'm going to put this on the screen for everybody to see. And, man. So there were some surprises last week with the inactive list of a particular person that was on it. It was surprising to me. It has happened again for a second week in a row. And just a second, I'm going to be able to put this on the screen and talk about it and play a very interesting clip for you guys. Hit the like button. Not once, but twice. Now, you can only hit it once. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. To become a member and support the channel, the link is in the description, as well as a link to register to win that Bryce Young jersey. Here are the inactives for today's game versus the Tennessee Titans. Running back Raheem Blackshear. He is inactive. Cornerback C.J. Henderson. He is inactive. You also have offensive tackle Ricky Lee. You have tight end Hayden Hurst, who's been dealing with a concussion. By the way, C.J. Henderson's not a surprise. Hayden Hurst not a surprise. Terrace Marshall Jr. is the surprise. But I guess at this point, once it becomes a second week in a row, maybe you're not too surprised. And then the standard elevation guys, Chris Wormley and Lamar Jackson, they are active to give us some defensive help. All right. Chris Wormley was elevated. He's active. Lamar Jackson, cornerback, was elevated. He's active. J.C. Horn is not on this list because he has not been officially elevated to the 53-man roster. That's probably not the right term, but there's the designated to return and then, I guess, returned. Again, I'm not using the exact right verbiage. So because he's not officially on that return level, they don't have to put him on the active and inactive, and it doesn't mean that he is active for today's game. So let's quickly talk about Terrace Marshall. Again, Terrace Marshall is on this list for the second time, a healthy scratch. Why is that? I know someone said earlier this week, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Give these guys a chance to develop. We're putting less weapons out there. Where I asked Frank Reich before today on Terrace Marshall being inactive and why he did it last week. So I'm going to play that for you.
Terrace, is a good player. He's got speed. He can run. He's a very good route runner, good ball skills. With the mix of what we have, Amir is our punt returner. Laviska is kind of our hybrid guy. And then, Thielen is our slot. Thielen's our slot guy. Mingo's our, he's our Z. He's our enforcer blocking. He's physical, and DJ is our X. And so so those are our top three. And then when you have 4 and 5, who are role players like Laviska is and Amir as a punt returner, it's hard to get that 6th receiver active. So it's really nothing against Terrace. Like Terrace, he's a good player. He's made some good contributions this year. He's got some talent. Just sometimes it's a numbers game.
Yeah, so there you have it. A clip that I got, in talking with Frank earlier this week that's applicable to today. Terrace is again inactive. Says he needs some flexibility. He needs Amir out there, has Laviska out there, and numbers-wise, they just ran out of space and could not activate Terrace Marshall today. So hope you're enjoying it. Hey, if you like all this good content, at least hit the like button. Super chats are always more than welcome. Becoming a member, spectacular, but just hit the like button, all right? And I appreciate all the positive comments that come out there, supporting myself, Andre, and Patrick as we do what we do. All right, let's work some more of these comments before we get ready for this game. We're getting close. Jonathan Fielder says, morning, Chris. Jonathan, it is Chris, but I appreciate you nevertheless. Leonard, you had to work on Thanksgiving? Hey, man, I hope that it was at least a day that wasn't tough at the job and that you got that holiday pay. If you got that holiday pay, not a bad thing. You can sit back and watch this game today. Carson has another day, another smile. Thank you for asking those questions in the locker room, by the way. You are welcome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to watch me. I know it can be hard when your team's 1-9 to watch a YouTuber, even though I am credentialed, but to get on YouTube and watch more information about your team. It's like, well, you know, you can get really negative, but I appreciate you tuning in. Mark Burke, should downfield balls be a priority? Should we be at the point where, hell or high water, we need to see 5 to 7 real downfield balls? I feel like there's been nothing but excuses for the lack of deep balls. You know what? I am going to do something for you because I love talking about the deep balls. And I just feel probably pretty similar to you that at the least throw the deep ball periodically just so you can have people respect your game, right? So I'm going to pull up this chart here and we'll talk about these deep balls. Here we go here. I was about to start singing a song that my stepson taught me about, and you guys are probably just going to laugh tremendously. So I'm glad that I did not do that. It was on the tip of my tongue. And you were like, what is he saying? How many kids does he have? All right. Moments away from having this chart ready to be displayed on the screen. Appreciate everybody's patience. And here we go. So we were just talking about deep passes. Here are the deep passes from last week. We had a 30-yard pass down the right-hand side of the field. We had a 25-yard pass down the right-hand side of the field. 20 yards is the metric that the NFL considers deep. And then we had kind of two right near it. Okay. So we did a little bit of that last week. And I agree with Mark that I don't know about 7 to 9 times. I feel like if it's, who knows if it's going to work. 7 to 9 is a lot of wasted plays, a lot of possessions that you could put yourself now and punting because you threw a deep ball that maybe didn't work. But I feel like you do have to throw it in there just to keep these guys from, you know, keep them on their toes. I mean, you could play so flat-footed against this team and not have to pay for it. You can have your cornerback stand flat-footed. You can have your linebackers come in there and put on this all-out blitz. And everybody can sit there because they know, well, he's just going to try to get the ball out quick. We don't have any fast guy. I feel like I'm about to go on a tangent, but I'm not. We don't have a lot of speed and quickness to where you can say, oh, dump it off to this guy, dump it off to that guy, and they'll have all these yards after the catch. You're not getting that. We don't have really quick guys. We have Adam that's a possession receiver. So who knows how many times he can bail you out when those rush situations are there, a blitz situation. And you got Chark who can run deep. But, you know, last week against the Dallas Cowboys, we had Micah Parsons have 10 pressures, and 8 of those 10 pressures happened in under 2.5 seconds, tops in the NFL this season. So it's kind of complicated because if the line is doing just the olays, which was happening last week by some guys, barely even getting a hand on the guy, it's still just too quick to even have that deep pass be something that could make the defense hesitate enough where you can then start to do some things where play action may tie a guy up. Anyway, I don't want to go too long into it, but we got so many problems that it's not just, yes, let's throw the ball deep 7 times. I think that's too many. Certainly would be a fan of like 3 or 4. Certainly would be a fan of that. Thanks for the question. Let me try to get through some more before I take a break. JC is not playing today. Chris Mack, one of our members. What's up, members? What's up, members? Hey, if I missed one of the members today, I apologize. Just say hello again, and I'll make sure I give you your proper music sound effects. But no, if Frank lose today, if we lose today, Frank is done Monday. No, I don't think that. I don't think that. Even though I don't feel like this guy, I feel like his seat is extremely hot. We're at week 10. I'm sorry, is it week 10? No, we're at week 12. Sorry, we've played 10 games, but we're in week 12. We got a lot of football to go. And, I mean, even if we lose, it had to be like a 7-49 kind of score. I don't feel like it's that bad yet where we'll just go ahead and kick him out at this point. Go through a few more comments here. AJ Lindsay. What's up, Chris? The team deserves what they are getting because Tepper started this entire mess by not hiring Steve Wilks, and it's been downhill ever since. Wilks made this team look respectable. I could definitely hit you with that comment there. Brad says, if Bryce gets hurt in the next 7 games, that will seal Frank's fate. I don't think that would. I don't think Bryce getting hurt would seal his fate. And, like, as a result of this, you're bad. You let this guy get hurt. I don't know if that's the angle that you're coming from. Or if you're saying if Bryce gets hurt, then Frank can't coach his team well enough, and then he's out. I still feel like if that happens, that we actually may not be in a worse place from just the standpoint of winning, not like Bryce is developing all that. But Andy Dalton played pretty good when he came in for release. So I feel like if it's Bryce get hurt and then Andy Dalton comes in, just in terms of getting a win, you'd be in a good shape. So I don't think that automatically seals his fate. Chris Archer, we're in development phase of the season. Let's find out what we have in some of our other players and try to identify what our moves will be for the offseason. Yeah. I mean, that's something that they should be doing, absolutely, and something that as a fan that you could do to try to have some mental sanity. Could not reach the mute button fast enough. My apologies. But that's something you could also do as a fan to have some mental health, positive mental health with the season. Just say, hey, all right, we're not going to be good, but let's see, what can I start to look forward to for next year? Good comment there, Archer. Garrett Clemens, I got you. He says the O-line is trash. It's not that good. It's not that good. One of my guys, Quentin. Morning, team. Hope everyone is doing well. Appreciate you, Quentin. Quentin, are you no longer a member? Could be a different Quentin. I know one of our Quentins used to be a member. Did I lose your membership, Quentin? If I did, I know it ain't me. I know it ain't me. It's them, right? I'll take that. Where's Horn? Horn is not active yet. He's not ready to play. J.C. Horn is not active. He's not ready to play. J.C. Horn did not even make the trip to Tennessee. So some people have maybe gotten conflicted about what's going on. When a player's designated to return, it doesn't mean they're going to play the upcoming game. It just means they have 21 days to be able to practice and be ready to play in a game. And so first step is, not first step, but the step is you go on IR. Then you have to come off IR, which is designated to return. Then there's another classification, which I forget what it is, but then you have to be activated from that designated to return. And then you can play. So he has not made it through that final step yet, so you will not see J.C. Horn today. Hopefully that gets some explanation and clarity out there. Good point here. I was earlier asking for your likes, and I was saying hit it twice. Don't hit it twice. Don't hit it twice. Please don't hit it twice because that'll make you unlike the video. Just hit it once and tell a friend to hit it once. And then subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications, all right? Let's see. Somebody says, sucks, man. I want to see TMJ get more opportunities. Yeah, that would have been a good thing. All right. Carson Henson with some good positive words out there. I like those positive words. Let me do one more thing before I get off of here. Let me see if I got a picture from my guy. I was not able to get a picture yet. And let me check one more thing for you guys for today. Almost done. Why do I sing? I'm going to stop singing. I kind of forget that I'm live and I just start singing, not knowing that the whole world can hear me singing as I'm thinking. All right, so is Zavala starting again? Likely, but not confirmed. He would not confirm anything like that today. But I'll put that out there for you shortly. Uh-oh, we got some spam coming. We got rid of the spam. Uh-oh. Lost my camera there. That's all right. We got more than one camera. Hey, we don't even know who the Zargos could be. Run the ball 40 times. Yeah. Would be. I can't say would be nice, but if it's working, that would be nice. I know in talking with Chuba and Miles Sanders this week in the locker room, they were excited about last week. Saying, man, those holes were open. Like, you could tell Miles particularly was excited about it. And so I do hope that if that's something that happens today, for the sake of Bryce Young and getting a W, keep running the rock. Keep running the rock. Quentin says he got to fix his subscription. All right. Okay. What bets are we putting on the game today? A bet that you, do I want to give you a bet to put on the game today? I don't know what the over-unders are and all that jazz, but if there's a sack total or sacks by a player for the Titans, that seems like it's conservative. That would be a good one to put out there. And I'd go with Adam Thielen as well. Adam Thielen has more times than not been on the winning side of wagers this month for the Carolina Panthers. And I'm about to get off here. I'm just saying one moment if my photographer that's in I keep looking at the wrong camera now. My photographer that's in Tennessee will send any photos. I haven't gotten any yet. I'm going to let me talk with my photographer that's on the field. Oh, look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. Super chat. Hey, Quentin, appreciate the super chat. First 5 member, thanks. Chris fixing my sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, Quentin, you know I remember you. You know I remember you. I'm going to do my best to continue to remember a lot about our subscribers because you guys really help make it work for us here. Quentin says Bryce under 90 in the first half. Uh-oh. I love Horn, but dang it, so good when he's on the field. Yeah. Yeah, so good, but he hadn't been there for us. All right, I'm giving my photographer 2 more minutes to send me a photo. I want to share a photo with you guys before I get off of here. May not have a chance to. Anything else? I feel like I'm the guy at the auction. Here's a bonus clip I'll play. Here's a bonus clip I'll play for you all before I get out of here, and as I give my photographer just one more minute to send me a video. We've been talking about Adam Thielen. I said he might be a good guy for a prop. Please continue to talk bad about Adam Thielen, those who don't like him. And here's why. Talked to him this week in the locker room. You hear people saying Adam's not a number one, but he's a number one on this team, right? How do you take that when you hear that?
Yeah, it just kind of adds to the chip on your shoulder. I've always been a person that kind of uses that kind of stuff as motivation. You know, somebody who doubts me, thinks I'm washed up, or you know, thinks I can't play at this level or whatever. Kind of throughout my career, didn't think I could play in college. I put that right on my shoulder, and I put it in the back of my head every single day I go to work, every time I go in the weight room, every time I go on the field, and try to prove people wrong. And I feel like you kind of have to have that again. You ask, you know, what is that mindset you have on the field? Well, there it is. It's all those people that. And sometimes you make it up, you know, but you know, all those people that don't think you can do something, you go out there to try to prove them wrong.
So I was about to look at the wrong camera. Keep talking about my boy Adam. This is going to motivate him. This guy is 33 years old, undrafted. He's a captain of the team, which I thought was impressive for him to come here and you know, instantly get voted to that captain level. But he's on pace for, I think, about over 1,200 yards this season. One of his best seasons as a pro at the age of 33, and he's doing it on a team that's not performing too well at all. All right, doesn't look like I'm gonna get any photos. Before I get out of here, a few things that I want to touch on is Rock Jones. You threw me off for a second here. You threw me off. Rock Jones says, I always wanted to tell you that I love that picture of your wife's different reactions with you in the middle. Funny. So I'm going to turn the camera a little bit, and you guys may be able to see it more. Let's see, go that way. That's not me. That's not me, Rock. That's a coworker here. But nevertheless, it is a cool picture. I was thinking, what picture do I have out there of my wife with me? I do have a picture of my wife. It's right here, which you can't see, and I'm not going to move my computer to show you. But nevertheless, I'll let the person know that you think that's funny. And it is a cool picture. Nevertheless, it is a cool picture. Got to end on this right here. Nothing better than this right here. Got to end on this great positive note right here. Ryan Hasdy. Parlez-vous français? Je parle français un peu. A little bit of French that I want to speak for you, but thank you for looking at my channel all the way from France. Hopefully that little bit of French helped you continue to stay a subscriber and watching the channel. And I would ask you, I'm just going to have to follow. Leave it in the comments. Tell me how you became a fan of the Carolina Panthers in France. Were you here and then went to France? How did it happen? But I always appreciate you coming and tuning in and watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Chris Jenkins covering the Carolina Panthers, reporting for Charlotte Vibe. I will be talking to you guys on Twitter during the game, keeping you up to date. And then post-game, we'll go live approximately 30 to 45 minutes after the game. Thank you so much, everybody, for this love and the support. I'll talk to you soon.